College here, and today I'm going to be showing you about how to do a WebPT daily note. First things first, you'll want to go to the WebPT login page. You'll want to log into your account. Once logged in, this is the screen that'll pop up. To find your patient, you'll just want to scroll down. You'll go to View Schedule, and then you'll go to the day that the patient is scheduled. Okay, and you find your patient here. If you can't find your patient there, you can also, up in the upper right-hand corner here, look up your patient by their name. But since they're right here, we're going to go ahead and click on this one. You just hold your mouse over it, and this blue box will pop up, and you just go to the blue highlighted underlined name of the patient, and you just click on that, and that'll take you to the patient's information. Some of the patient information you can see here is their date of birth, their age, who their assigned therapist is, and then you can also see here below other daily notes that have been completed by previous SPTs or SPTAs. To be able to create a new one, we'll just want to go to this arrow here where it shows Add a Daily Note and click on the arrow. Once you click on the arrow, this is the screen that will pop up, so you just need to scroll down and you are in the subjective part of your daily note. So as you can see here, this gives just a brief diagnosis right here of what the patient has and what we're trying to treat the patient for. If you scroll down a little farther, this is where we're going to put our subjective of our SOAP notes. So this is their current complaints and gains is where we want to put our note. What you want to put in your subjective is any information you gather about the patient. This can be symptoms or conditions, factors that precede the symptom or produce the symptom that they're coming in complaining about. This is also kind of where they can tell you what functional activities they were able to do before the disease or disorder happened, and so you know what you want to get them back to functionally. And then it's also just their goal expectations. So once you have the subject in this box here filled out, you can then move on to the objective. To do that, you just scroll up to the top here and you click on the objective tab. This is where you will type in your objective. Objective measures is any information that is reproducible and readily demonstrable. It is also gathered by carefully examining the patient by using data collection methods such as measurements, tests, and observations. So this is where you put all the data and any exercise you do with the patient. You want to make sure that the next SPT or the SPTA that works on the patient will be able to replicate and redo the exercise if they wish to do the same exercise that you had done last time to help progress the patient. So you want to make sure to write down any information collected and any information like if it was supine or prone that you position the patient in, just to be able to help the next SPT or SPTA be able to do that exercise. To do that, you will want to scroll down here until we get into the directed time codes. Luckily, here in this program, you don't need to know the numbers, you just need to know the activity that you did with the patient. So for example, let's say we did 10 minutes of therapeutic exercise, so that would be 1 unit of our time. And as you can see here, it says see flow sheet. So we can just erase that because what's going to pop up in there is whatever exercise the last SPT or SPTA did. So you just want to erase that before you enter now which or what exercises you did with your patient. Once you have entered all the information in the therapeutic exercise and any other of the direct time codes you've done, you're ready to move on to the next step. So you want to scroll up to the top and you can click on the assessment tab next. In the assessment tab, this is where you'll give a summary of the subjective and objective information that you collected. This is where you will interpret the information from the subjective and objective sections. So this is where you're going to show the patient how the patient progressed through last session to this session. If you've done, like if you increase their weight size. This is where you'd want to talk about that. You want to talk about how effective their treatment is and how they are on completing their goals that have been set by the PT in the initial evaluation. So on the assessment page here, in this top box here, that's where you're going to write up your assessment about the patient and this treatment session that you just performed that day. If you scroll down a little bit, and this will show up in the main note too once it's finalized, this is where the PT puts all the goals, whether they're short-term or long-term, if the goal has been met or not, and where the patient is with progressing the goals. So once you're done filling out this assessment box here, then you are ready to move on to the last and final box. It's the plan. So you want to click on the plan up here, and that'll take you to the final page. This page is really simplified. There's just the one box, and all it is just your plan. So the purpose of the plan is just what will happen next. It's information if you didn't collect this session that you want to make sure you collect next session. You make sure to put that in the plan. It's also where if there's something you wanted to do with the patient that you didn't do this session and you want to make sure to do next session, make sure to put it in your plan, because this is something you'll read before your next visit with the patient, and it's something just a reminder to tell you to do with the patient. This is also as an SPTA where you'll put what visit out of 6 it was before the next supervisory visit is needed. This is also where you want to make sure to sign off on your daily notes. So you'll want to make sure to put your signature, so you just type out your name and then also write if you're an SPT or an SPTA. So once again, all that information will just go into this little box right here. So once you're done with that, you have now completed your daily note. And what you'll want to do is you'll want to come down here. You'll want to find your clinical instructor, and you just highlight your clinical instructor. And all you want to do next is just hit forward note 2. And this will send a copy of your daily note to your clinical instructor for them to review, and they will let you know if there's anything you need to modify or not. Otherwise, they will just post it. If you ever need to leave at any point, the save as a draft is always left in the upper right-hand corner here. So you can just click save as a draft, and you just click on OK to come back later to complete it. And it'll just show up on the next page here. So it should just be this top line right here, and it shows that it's not a completed one. If you need to get back into it, all you need to do is just click on the arrow, and you will be right back into your daily notes. So you can go wherever you left off and complete it. That is the end of my presentation on how to do a daily note on WebPT. I hope you found this information helpful, and this will help you towards writing your own SOAP notes. Good luck!